Narcissists are master manipulators, skilled in the art of psychological warfare. In this chapter, we examine the tactics they use to control and manipulate their victims, from gaslighting to guilt tripping, and learn how to break free from their insidious grasp. Enter the intricate world of narcissism as we uncover the intricate dance of manipulation that narcissists use to control those around them. In this captivating video, we explore the subtle yet devastating tactics employed by narcissists to manipulate and deceive, shedding light on the dark underbelly of their behavior. Join us on a journey of discovery as we unravel the complexities of narcissistic manipulation and empower you to recognize and protect yourself from its effects. Welcome to Unveiling Narcissism, the Dance of Manipulation. In today's exploration of the human psyche, we delve into the intricate maneuvers of narcissistic manipulation, where every step is carefully calculated to control and deceive. Prepare to unravel the web of deceit and discover the true face hidden behind the facade. Have you ever felt like you were being manipulated by someone's words or actions? You may have encountered a narcissist, a master manipulator, skilled in the art of deception. But what lies behind the dance of manipulation, and how can we learn to recognize its subtle movements? Let's find out. The dance of manipulation is the cornerstone of narcissistic behavior. A carefully choreographed performance designed to control and deceive those around them. It is a dance of charm and charisma, luring unsuspecting victims into their web of deceit. Dr. Emily Smith, clinical psychologist. Narcissistic manipulation operates on a spectrum, from subtle tactics of gaslighting to overt displays of grandiosity. Victims often find themselves questioning their own reality, as the narcissist skillfully distorts the truth to suit their agenda. It's essential for individuals to recognize the signs of manipulation early on and seek support from trained professionals to break free from its grip. Sarah, survivor of narcissistic abuse. At first, I couldn't see the manipulation for what it was. I was drawn in by their charm and charisma, believing every word they said. But as time went on, I began to question my own sanity. It wasn't until I sought help and learned about narcissistic manipulation that I realized I wasn't alone. Through therapy and support groups, I found the strength to reclaim my life and break free from the cycle of abuse. Today, I stand tall and empowered, knowing that I am worthy of love and respect. Dr. David Johnson, psychotherapist. Narcissistic manipulation often leaves lasting psychological scars on its victims. The constant gaslighting, invalidation, and emotional abuse can erode a person's sense of self-worth and identity. It's crucial for individuals to seek professional help to heal from the trauma and rebuild their confidence. John, survivor of narcissistic abuse. For years, I felt trapped in a toxic cycle of manipulation and control. The narcissist in my life made me doubt everything about myself, my abilities, my worth, even my sanity. But with the support of a therapist, I began to unravel the tangled web of lies and reclaim my sense of self. It was a challenging journey, but one that ultimately led me to freedom and empowerment. I now know that I am worthy of love and respect, and I refuse to let anyone else define my worth. Dr. Samantha Lee, clinical psychologist. Narcissistic manipulation can be insidious, often leaving victims feeling isolated and powerless. The narcissist's ability to charm and manipulate can make it difficult for individuals to recognize the abuse they're experiencing. It's essential for survivors to understand that they are not to blame and to seek support from trained professionals who can provide validation and guidance on their journey to healing. Emma, survivor of narcissistic manipulation. For years, I felt like I was walking on eggshells, constantly trying to please the narcissist in my life. Their manipulation tactics left me feeling confused and drained, like I was losing myself piece by piece. But with the help of therapy and support groups, I began to see the truth. I realized that I wasn't the problem, that the narcissist's behavior was abusive and unacceptable. Today, I stand strong and resilient, reclaiming my voice and my power. I hope my story inspires others to break free from the chains of manipulation and reclaim their lives. Dr. Michael Roberts, psychiatrist. The impact of narcissistic manipulation can be profound, often leading to long-term psychological and emotional distress. Victims may struggle with feelings of shame, guilt, and self-doubt, as well as difficulty trusting others. It's important for survivors to prioritize self-care and seek support from mental health professionals who can help them navigate the healing process. Grace, survivor of narcissistic abuse. At first, I didn't realize the extent of the manipulation I was experiencing. I was blinded by the charm and charisma of the narcissist in my life, but over time, their tactics became clear. I felt like I was losing myself, constantly second-guessing my thoughts and feelings. It wasn't until I reached out for help that I began to see the light. Therapy helped me recognize my worth and rebuild my confidence. Now, I'm reclaiming my life and learning to trust myself again. To anyone experiencing narcissistic manipulation, know that you are not alone and there is hope for healing. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, using a combination of charm, flattery, and manipulation to get what they want. They are skilled at exploiting the vulnerabilities and insecurities of others, using them as pawns in their game of control. The dance of manipulation is a subtle yet devastating tactic, used by narcissists to exert power and control over their victims. From gaslighting to guilt tripping, they employ a variety of psychological tactics to manipulate and deceive, leaving their victims feeling confused, powerless, and isolated. On 1, gaslighting. John's partner constantly accuses him of overreacting or being too sensitive whenever he expresses his feelings. They twist situations to make John doubt his own perceptions and memories. Over time, John starts to question his sanity and becomes increasingly dependent on his partner's version of reality. This erodes trust and intimacy in their relationship, leaving John feeling isolated and powerless. 2, love bombing followed by devaluation. Sarah's new partner showers her with affection and attention in the beginning stages of their relationship, making her feel adored and cherished. However, as time goes on, they start to criticize and belittle Sarah, gradually eroding her self-esteem. Sarah becomes trapped in a cycle of seeking validation from her partner, only to be met with rejection and scorn. This roller coaster of emotions leaves Sarah feeling confused, anxious, and unworthy of love. 3, emotional manipulation. David's friend constantly plays the victim, using guilt and pity to manipulate David into doing what they want. Whenever David tries to set boundaries or express his needs, his friend becomes hostile and accuses him of being selfish. David feels obligated to comply with their demands to avoid conflict, sacrificing his own well-being in the process. This pattern of manipulation damages their friendship, eroding trust and mutual respect. 4, triangulation. Lisa's partner frequently compares her to others, whether it's ex-partners, friends, or family members, in an attempt to undermine her confidence and create jealousy. They use triangulation to manipulate Lisa into competing for their affection and approval, causing her to feel insecure and unworthy. This erodes trust and intimacy in their relationship, as Lisa becomes increasingly preoccupied with proving herself to her partner. 5, withholding affection and validation. Mark's parent only shows affection or approval when he meets their unrealistic expectations. They use love and validation as a tool for control, withdrawing it whenever Mark fails to live up to their standards. This leaves Mark feeling desperate for their approval and constantly striving to earn their love. The lack of genuine affection and validation damages their relationship, leaving Mark feeling unloved and inadequate. 6. Manipulative guilt tripping. Amy's sibling constantly guilt trips her into doing things they want by playing on her emotions. They use phrases like, "If you really loved me, you would," or "You owe me for all I've done for you," to manipulate Amy into complying with their wishes. This creates a dynamic where Amy feels obligated to sacrifice her own needs and desires to avoid disappointing her sibling. Over time, this manipulative behavior strains their relationship, leading to resentment and mistrust. 7. Blame shifting. Michael's colleague constantly shifts blame onto him for their own mistakes or failures. They use tactics such as denial, deflection, and projection to avoid taking responsibility for their actions. Whenever Michael tries to address the issue, his colleague becomes defensive and accuses him of being incompetent or unreliable. This pattern of blame shifting creates tension and resentment in their professional relationship, making it difficult for Michael to trust or collaborate with his colleague. 8. Manipulative praise followed by criticism. Emily's romantic partner alternates between showering her with praise and affection, and then criticizing and devaluing her. They use praise as a means of manipulation, lulling Emily into a false sense of security before tearing her down with harsh criticism. This cycle of praise and criticism leaves Emily feeling confused and emotionally drained as she struggles to reconcile the contradictory messages from her partner. Over time, Emily's self-esteem and confidence are eroded, and she begins to question her worthiness of love and respect. 9. Financial control. Jacob's parent controls all aspects of his finances, from his spending habits to his career choices. They use money as a tool for manipulation, withholding financial support or threatening to cut him off if he doesn't comply with their demands. This leaves Jacob feeling trapped and dependent on his parent for financial security, making it difficult for him to assert his independence or pursue his own goals. The financial control exerted by his parent damages their relationship, leading to feelings of resentment and powerlessness for Jacob. 10. Isolation and alienation. Sophia's romantic partner isolates her from her friends and family, making her feel dependent on them for social connection and support. They use tactics such as spreading rumors, undermining relationships, and creating conflicts to drive a wedge between Sophia and her loved ones. Over time, Sophia becomes increasingly isolated and alienated, unable to rely on anyone but her partner for validation and companionship. This manipulation tactic damages her relationships with others, leaving her feeling lonely and vulnerable. 11. Emotional blackmail. Alex's family member frequently uses emotional blackmail to manipulate him into doing what they want. They threaten to withhold love, affection, or support unless Alex complies with their demands. This creates a dynamic where Alex feels guilty and responsible for their emotional well-being, even at the expense of his own happiness and autonomy. The emotional blackmail erodes trust and communication in their relationship, leaving Alex feeling trapped and powerless. 12. Hoovering. Julia's ex-partner engages in hoovering, a manipulation tactic where they reel her back into the relationship after a period of estrangement or abuse. They use tactics such as love bombing, promises of change, and guilt tripping to manipulate Julia into returning to the relationship. This cycle of abuse and reconciliation leaves Julia feeling confused and emotionally exhausted as she struggles to break free from the toxic cycle of manipulation and abuse. The hoovering tactic undermines her sense of self-worth and agency, making it difficult for her to move on and heal from the trauma. 13. Intellectual manipulation. Emma's colleague uses intellectual manipulation to control conversations and assert dominance in professional settings. They employ tactics such as condescension, nitpicking, and intellectual one-upmanship to undermine Emma's contributions and ideas. This manipulation tactic leaves Emma feeling discredited and undervalued in her work environment, making it difficult for her to assert herself and contribute effectively to team projects. The intellectual manipulation damages trust and collaboration in their professional relationship, leading to tension and resentment among team members. 14. Covert manipulation. Chris's romantic partner engages in covert manipulation, subtly undermining his confidence and self-esteem over time. They use tactics such as subtle criticism, passive-aggressive behavior, and selective silence to exert control and influence over Chris's thoughts and actions. This covert manipulation tactic erodes Chris's sense of self-worth and autonomy, making it difficult for him to trust his own judgment and assert his needs in the relationship. The covert manipulation damages trust and intimacy in their relationship, leaving Chris feeling insecure and powerless. 15. Emotional exploitation. Hannah's parent exploits her emotions to manipulate her into fulfilling their own needs and desires. They use tactics such as guilt-tripping, emotional blackmail, and playing the victim to elicit sympathy and compliance from Hannah. This emotional exploitation tactic undermines Hannah's sense of self-worth and agency, making it difficult for her to assert her boundaries and prioritize her own well-being. The emotional exploitation damages trust and communication in their relationship, leaving Hannah feeling drained and emotionally depleted. These examples illustrate the various ways and its devastating effects in which narcissistic manipulation can manifest in interpersonal relationships, undermining trust, autonomy, and emotional well-being, to control and exploit their victims. Recognizing these manipulation tactics is essential for individuals to protect themselves and maintain healthy boundaries in their relationships. In the wake of narcissistic manipulation, the emotional fallout can be profound and long-lasting. Victims often find themselves grappling with a myriad of psychological and emotional challenges, struggling to reclaim their sense of self and rebuild their lives. One, low self-esteem. Victims of narcissistic manipulation often experience a significant blow to their self-esteem. Constant criticism, gaslighting, and invalidation can leave them feeling worthless and undeserving of love or respect. 2. Anxiety and depression. The constant stress and emotional turmoil inflicted by the narcissist can lead to heightened levels of anxiety and depression. Victims may find themselves overwhelmed by feelings of despair, hopelessness, and fear of the future. 3. Trust issues. The betrayal and deceit inherent in narcissistic manipulation can shatter victims' trust in others. They may struggle to form new relationships or maintain existing ones, fearing that they will be betrayed or manipulated once again. 4. Identity crisis. Narcissistic manipulation often involves undermining victims' sense of self and identity. They may find themselves questioning their beliefs, values, and even their own reality as they attempt to make sense of the gaslighting and manipulation they endured. 5. Isolation and loneliness. Victims of narcissistic manipulation may feel isolated and alienated from others. They may withdraw from social interactions, fearing judgment or rejection, and struggle to connect with others on a meaningful level. 6. Emotional flashbacks. Trauma from narcissistic manipulation can trigger intense emotional flashbacks, where victims relive past experiences of abuse and manipulation. These flashbacks can be overwhelming and debilitating, making it difficult for victims to function in their daily lives. 7. Difficulty setting boundaries. Victims of narcissistic manipulation may struggle to assert their boundaries and advocate for their needs. They may have become conditioned to prioritize the narcissist's desires over their own, making it challenging to establish healthy boundaries in future relationships. 8. Sense of powerlessness. The pervasive control and dominance exerted by the narcissist can leave victims feeling powerless and helpless. They may doubt their ability to make decisions or take control of their own lives, resigning themselves to a state of perpetual victimhood. 9. Emotional numbness. In some cases, victims may experience a sense of emotional numbness as a coping mechanism to protect themselves from further pain. They may find it difficult to experience joy, sadness, or any other emotions, as they have become disconnected from their own feelings. 10. Self-doubt and self-blame. Victims of narcissistic manipulation often internalize the gaslighting and criticism directed at them by the narcissist. They may blame themselves for the abuse they endured, questioning whether they deserved the mistreatment or if they could have done something differently to prevent it. 11. Difficulty trusting their own judgment. The constant invalidation and manipulation can erode victims' confidence in their own judgment and decision-making abilities. They may second-guess themselves and rely heavily on others for validation and guidance. 12. Physical symptoms. The stress and trauma of narcissistic manipulation can manifest in physical symptoms, such as headaches, stomach aches, insomnia, and fatigue. Victims may also experience psychosomatic symptoms, where emotional distress manifests as physical pain or discomfort. 13. Social withdrawal. Victims may withdraw from social activities and relationships as a means of self-protection. They may struggle to trust others or fear being vulnerable, leading them to isolate themselves from potential sources of support and connection. 14. Difficulty expressing needs and emotions. Victims may find it challenging to express their needs, desires, and emotions openly and authentically. They may fear being dismissed, invalidated, or rejected, leading them to suppress their true feelings and desires. 15. Repeating patterns of abuse. Without intervention and support, victims of narcissistic manipulation may find themselves trapped in a cycle of abuse, repeating the same patterns of toxic relationships and manipulation in their future interactions. (16) Reclaiming personal power. As victims of narcissistic manipulation begin to heal, they often embark on a journey of reclaiming their personal power. This involves recognizing their inherent worth and value as individuals and asserting themselves in their relationships and life choices. 17. Setting healthy boundaries. Learning to establish and maintain healthy boundaries is a crucial aspect of recovery from narcissistic manipulation. Victims may work with therapists or coaches to identify their boundaries and practice assertive communication skills to enforce them effectively. 18. Building self-compassion. Cultivating self-compassion is essential for healing from the emotional wounds inflicted by narcissistic abuse. Victims learn to treat themselves with kindness, understanding, and forgiveness, rather than perpetuating the self-criticism and self-blame instilled by the narcissist. 19. Reconnecting with authenticity. Rediscovering their authentic selves is a vital part of the healing process for victims of narcissistic manipulation. They may explore their interests, passions, and values, reconnecting with the parts of themselves that were suppressed or invalidated during the abusive relationship. 20. Forging healthy relationships. As victims heal and grow, they learn to cultivate healthy, mutually supportive relationships based on trust, respect, and reciprocity. They surround themselves with people who uplift and empower them, rather than those who seek to control or manipulate them. 21. Embracing emotional healing. Emotional healing is a gradual and ongoing process for victims of narcissistic manipulation. They may engage in therapy, mindfulness practices, and other therapeutic modalities to process their emotions, release pent-up trauma, and cultivate resilience. 22. Reclaiming independence and autonomy. Victims of narcissistic manipulation reclaim their independence and autonomy by making empowered choices and taking control of their lives. They refuse to be defined by their past experiences and instead embrace their capacity for growth, self-determination, and fulfillment. 23. Finding meaning and purpose. Through the healing journey, victims of narcissistic manipulation often discover a deeper sense of meaning and purpose in their lives. They may use their experiences to advocate for others, contribute to their communities, or pursue passions that bring them joy and fulfillment. 24. Thriving beyond survival. Ultimately, the goal of healing from narcissistic manipulation is not just to survive, but to thrive. Victims reclaim their power, rebuild their lives, and emerge from the shadows of abuse as resilient, empowered individuals capable of creating their own happiness and fulfillment. In the journey of healing from narcissistic manipulation, victims discover their inner strength, resilience, and capacity for growth. They embrace their authenticity, reclaim their power, and forge a path towards a brighter, more fulfilling future. But for those who see through the facade, the dance of manipulation becomes nothing more than a cruel charade, easily dismantled by the light of truth. It is a warning sign, a red flag that signals danger and prompts caution. By recognizing the dance for what it truly is, we can protect ourselves from falling prey to the narcissist's manipulative tactics. 1. Educate yourself. Learn about the traits and behaviors associated with narcissistic personality disorder. Understanding the red flags and manipulation tactics used by narcissistic individuals can help you recognize them more easily in your interactions. 2. Trust your intuition. Pay attention to your gut instincts and emotional responses when interacting with someone who exhibits narcissistic traits. If something feels off or uncomfortable, trust yourself and take steps to protect your well-being. 3. Set clear boundaries. Establish and enforce clear boundaries in your interactions with narcissistic individuals. Clearly communicate your limits and standards for acceptable behavior, and be prepared to assertively enforce them when necessary. 4. Practice self-care. Prioritize self-care and emotional well-being in your interactions with narcissistic individuals. Engage in activities that recharge and nourish you, and seek support from trusted friends, family members, or mental health professionals when needed. 5. Limit contact. Evaluate the impact of your interactions with narcissistic individuals on your mental and emotional health. If engaging with them consistently leaves you feeling drained or manipulated, consider limiting or distancing yourself from the relationship. 6. Maintain perspective. Remember that you cannot change or control the behavior of narcissistic individuals. Focus on managing your own responses and protecting yourself from harm, rather than trying to change them or win their approval. 7. Seek support. Reach out to supportive friends, family members, or support groups who can offer validation, understanding, and guidance as you navigate interactions with narcissistic individuals. Having a strong support system can provide invaluable encouragement and perspective. 8. Practice assertive communication. Assertive communication involves expressing your thoughts, feelings, and boundaries in a clear, direct, and respectful manner. Practice assertive communication techniques to advocate for yourself and assert your needs in interactions with narcissistic individuals. 9. Develop coping strategies. Identify healthy coping strategies that help you manage stress, anxiety, and emotional distress in your interactions with narcissistic individuals. This may include mindfulness, relaxation techniques, journaling, or engaging in hobbies and activities that bring you joy. 10. Set realistic expectations. Recognize that narcissistic individuals may not change their behavior or acknowledge the impact of their actions on others. Adjust your expectations accordingly and focus on protecting yourself and prioritizing your own well-being. 11. Document interactions. Keep a record of interactions with narcissistic individuals, including any instances of manipulation, gaslighting, or boundary violations. Having documentation can help you maintain clarity and perspective on the dynamics of the relationship. 12. Practice emotional detachment. Cultivate emotional detachment from the narcissistic individual's behavior by focusing on your own well-being and self-care. Remind yourself that their actions are a reflection of their own issues and insecurities, rather than a reflection of your worth. 13. Seek professional guidance. Consider seeking guidance from a therapist or counselor who specializes in narcissistic abuse and trauma. A qualified professional can offer insights, validation, and coping strategies tailored to your specific situation. 14. Engage in self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your own patterns and vulnerabilities that may make you susceptible to manipulation by narcissistic individuals. Explore underlying beliefs or experiences that contribute to these patterns and work towards healing and self-awareness. 15. Practice assertive body language. In addition to assertive communication, pay attention to your body language when interacting with narcissistic individuals. Stand tall, make direct eye contact, and maintain a confident posture to convey assertiveness and self-assurance. 16. Set consequences for boundary violations. Clearly communicate consequences for boundary violations and follow through with them if necessary. Consistently enforcing consequences for unacceptable behavior can help reinforce your boundaries and discourage further manipulation. 17. Focus on your goals and values. Keep your focus on your personal goals, values, and priorities, rather than getting caught up in the drama and manipulation of the narcissistic individual. Align your actions with your own integrity and authenticity. 18. Practice empathy with boundaries. While it's important to empathize with others, including narcissistic individuals, it's equally important to maintain boundaries and protect yourself from harm. Practice empathy from a distance without sacrificing your own well-being. 19. Build a support network. Surround yourself with supportive friends, family members, or peers who understand and validate your experiences. Having a strong support network can provide encouragement, validation, and perspective as you navigate interactions with narcissistic individuals. 20. Know when to walk away. Ultimately, prioritize your own well-being and safety above all else. If interactions with a narcissistic individual consistently leave you feeling depleted, manipulated, or emotionally drained, know when it's time to walk away and prioritize your own self-care and healing. 21. Practice radical acceptance. Acceptance of the reality of the situation is crucial when dealing with narcissistic individuals. Acknowledge that you cannot change their behavior or personality and focus instead on accepting the circumstances as they are. 22. Set personal goals for growth. Use your interactions with narcissistic individuals as opportunities for personal growth and development. Set goals for yourself, such as improving assertiveness, building self-esteem, or practicing emotional resilience, and work towards achieving them. 23. Create safe spaces for yourself. Establish safe spaces where you can retreat and recharge after interactions with narcissistic individuals. Whether it's a physical space in your home or a calming activity that helps you relax, having a refuge can provide comfort and solace. 24. Practice forgiveness for yourself. Forgive yourself for any perceived mistakes or shortcomings in your interactions with narcissistic individuals. Remember that you are human and deserving of compassion and understanding, even in challenging circumstances. 25. Celebrate your progress. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress in setting boundaries, asserting yourself, and prioritizing your well-being in interactions with narcissistic individuals. Celebrating small victories can boost your confidence and motivation to continue your journey of growth and healing. 26. Stay grounded in reality. Remind yourself of the reality of the situation when faced with manipulation or gaslighting from narcissistic individuals. Trust your own perceptions and experiences, and resist the urge to doubt yourself or internalize their false narratives. 27. Engage in activities that bring joy. Make time for activities and hobbies that bring you joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. Investing in your own happiness and well-being can counteract the negative effects of interactions with narcissistic individuals. 28. Practice gratitude. Cultivate a practice of gratitude to focus on the positive aspects of your life and relationships, despite the challenges posed by narcissistic individuals. Recognize and appreciate the people and experiences that bring positivity and light into your life. 29. Seek closure, if necessary. If appropriate and safe, seek closure from your interactions with narcissistic individuals by expressing your feelings, setting boundaries, or disengaging from the relationship. Closure can help you find peace and move forward with clarity and resolution. 30. Trust your inner wisdom. Trust your intuition and inner wisdom when navigating interactions with narcissistic individuals. Your instincts and inner guidance can provide valuable insights and guidance as you seek to protect yourself and prioritize your well-being. Practice mindfulness. Incorporate mindfulness practices into your daily life to cultivate awareness, presence, and inner peace. Mindfulness can help you stay grounded in the present moment and navigate challenging interactions with narcissistic individuals with greater clarity and calmness. 32. Seek professional intervention. If necessary, consider seeking intervention from legal or mental health professionals to address serious or harmful behavior from narcissistic individuals. Professionals can provide guidance, support, and resources to help you protect yourself and navigate complex situations. 33. Create an exit plan. Develop a safety plan or exit strategy in case interactions with narcissistic individuals escalate or become unsafe. Identify supportive resources, such as shelters, hotlines, or trusted individuals that you can turn to for assistance if needed. 34. Practice compassion with boundaries. While maintaining empathy and compassion for narcissistic individuals, prioritize your own well-being and set firm boundaries to protect yourself from manipulation or harm. Balancing compassion with boundaries is essential for maintaining your own safety and sanity. 35. Engage in therapeutic modalities. Explore therapeutic modalities such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, dialectical behavior therapy, DBT, or trauma-informed therapy to address the impact of narcissistic abuse and develop coping strategies for healing and recovery. 36. Create a supportive environment. Surround yourself with supportive and understanding individuals who validate your experiences and offer encouragement and guidance. Building a strong support network can provide a sense of community and solidarity as you navigate interactions with narcissistic individuals. 37. Practice self-compassion. Be gentle and kind with yourself as you navigate the challenges of dealing with narcissistic individuals. Practice self-compassion by treating yourself with the same understanding and care that you would offer to a loved one facing similar struggles. 38. Focus on growth and resilience. Shift your focus from the negativity of narcissistic interactions to your own growth, resilience, and personal development. Embrace challenges as opportunities for learning and transformation, and celebrate your strength and resilience in overcoming adversity. 39. Seek legal protection if necessary. If interactions with narcissistic individuals involve legal issues or threats, seek legal protection and support to ensure your rights and safety are upheld. Legal professionals can offer guidance and advocacy to help you navigate complex legal situations. 40. Believe in your strength and worth. Remember that you are strong, capable, and worthy of love and respect, regardless of the behavior or opinions of narcissistic individuals. Believe in your own inherent worth and value, and trust in your ability to navigate challenges with resilience and grace. So, how can you protect yourself from the dance of manipulation and reclaim your power? By trusting your instincts, setting healthy boundaries, and refusing to be swayed by false promises and flattery, you can empower yourself to navigate challenging interactions with confidence and resilience. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the dance of manipulation in the world of narcissism. We hope this video has shed light on the manipulative tactics used by narcissists and provided valuable insights for recognizing and navigating their behavior. Remember, knowledge is power, and by unveiling the truth, we can empower ourselves to create healthier, more authentic relationships. Until next time, stay vigilant and trust your instincts. Show some love by liking, sharing, and subscribing for more insightful content on psychology and personal development. Your support helps us continue to provide valuable resources and guidance to empower individuals on their journey of self-discovery and growth. Together, let's create a community of understanding, healing, and transformation. Thank you for being a part of our journey.